Work. Look at the work Tab been putting in, man. Look. You just took
I got the show.
Oh, you got the show.
I got the whole outfit.
Okay. All right. So
I'm
Eddie,
on
you got to send me something, bro. Cause we gave that to our chef, man. We gave that to our personal chef, and then of course we got brother DJ Newkirk in the building, man. Making sure we technically satellite crispy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Crispy on the screen.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all see that?
Crispy out there right now. Crispy out there.
You know what I'm saying? And we doing this thing today. We doing it for the culture, man. You know, that's what we doing it for today. Because as you guys know, you know, not only are we gonna, you know, talk to you guys about what's going on with this vote, and you know, the 800,000 returning citizens, you know, not former, but felons who now have the right to vote in the state of Florida, and we bringing that point, man. You know, Desmond Mead, you know, up in here, man, who's taking Amendment 4 and just run with it, man. Just run with it. So Desmond Mead is gonna be joining us, but you know, y'all hear all that chatter in the green room. Y'all hear all that chatter in the green room, man. That's because you know we have you know. What should we call it, man? What should we call these people, man? Like, man, they're the ones speaking for the kids, for the streets, for the G boys, the D boys. Like, what would you say, Teddy? You're a wordsmith.
I mean, you know, they definitely the honorable men of the city. You know what I'm saying? When you're an honorable man, you're noble. That. You know what I mean? You at that point where ain't really too many things that you haven't been involved with, so you experience. You know what I mean? So everything that he says right now, y'all have to understand is just a part of his documented series of being the president of the United States.
It's like if you just go in there and deny, deflect. People gonna believe you, man. I got homies. I mean homies that I would die for, and they would die for me, bro. That's running around talking about, y'all in the blind. I'm the registered Republican, but they talking about, we in the blind because they continuously out there supporting this guy. They out here supporting this man. When your own relatives start coming in there saying, this guy is not right, when are we gonna listen to them? When are we gonna listen to what his own people got to say that he's right? Doesn't matter how many, former high-ranking members of his administration are coming out saying this dude ain't right. Doesn't matter how many former generals who've led this country in battle, led men and women to die for this country to come out and say, man, this guy not right. It don't even matter. It's like the more people that come out and say there's something wrong with this guy, the more people seem to just rally around him. They just say, man, no, we rocking with him. Y'all not, y'all not right. Y'all just hating on this man. When this guy has not shown us, give me one example, Teddy or DJ Newkirk, give me one example of what this man has said, like, wow, I'm glad he's our president right now. Because the economy, people try to say, well, look at the economy. He ain't do nothing. He inherited Barack Obama's economy.
I think other people don't understand that, my brother. Like, everything that was going on from Barack and Biden's past, everything was kind of catching up to.
It was on that wave.
It was already going to go ahead and go good because they just fixed all the Bush F up. So all that Bush shit that messed up between 9/11 and everything else, and between the war, they fixed all that deficit that we had, and they were working in the businesses, and everything was moving up. He just happened to be in the right place at the right time.
So this man came in and gave a tax cut, and I'm certainly not going to complain about the tax cut, because I'm a beneficiary of the tax cut. So, but I know with that tax cut, it wasn't free, and that tax cut added over $1 trillion to the deficit. And my Republican brothers and sisters, that's supposed to be our main mantra, is that we're supposed to be fiscal conservatives. We're supposed to, look out, be good stewards of the economy, good stewards of everybody's money. But this guy comes out there and spend, and like, we'll pay for it later. And you can't say that's out of character, because if you go and look at everything he's built or been involved in, he done screwed people. He done screwed contractors. He done screwed vendors. He done screwed workers. This man done screwed people, like basically sue me. He like, sue me. He come in there and hit him like your boy Tony Montana.
Yeah.
He was like, I got the best lawyer. I can't wait till you meet my lawyer. When you meet my lawyer, you know what I'm saying, you're going to be writing traffic tickets, on Biscayne Boulevard. That's what you're going to be doing. You're going to love my lawyer. And that's what Trump be doing. Trump come out there and scare everybody to do his bidding. Well, if you don't do his bidding, get out of his way. And it's time, it's definitely time for a change. I'm not, I don't visualize Joe Biden, as this guy on some white horse that's coming to save everybody. But I do understand that Joe Biden, with 40 years in the government, understands the government and understands that you go and get experts in the field. You can't come out and fire the people who are over pandemics.
You got beef with them.
You can't go and fire the people that's over a pandemic before we have a pandemic. And then when we get a damn pandemic, you come in there and say, man, Obama left us high and dry. The man left you a 60-page manual.
And a pandemic team, just in case we did have a massive pandemic. right? He left a whole pandemic team for the next president. So the next president,
60 pages, bruh, 60 pages. The man left 60-page pandemic playbook. Left people in the White House tasked with the responsibility of the pandemic. Our president comes in and was like, man, get up out of here. Get up out of here. He dismantled the task force and sent them somewhere else, and it didn't work. I think he sent it to Health and Human Services. And then brought it back to the White House after it wasn't working. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the stuff that people got to come in there and just be like, this man ain't right. This man ain't right. Like,
I mean, for me, you know, I was able to see finally that I was not privileged of getting a check during this time because I've already put in paperwork and everything and hoping and saying that I wasn't a part of the United States. And you know, I don't know if not getting a check, you know, was privy of that. But for me, I already see a long time ago that this guy has even ran a whole nother platform to what is already everybody's thinking. You know, everybody's thinking the Constitution. Everybody's thinking what's already there. He's looking at something totally different. You know, so people have to understand. And you know, he's the commander-in-chief, so he controls the military. You know, but even the military's been dropping out on him. So somebody has to be able to step up inside. I don't know if they're afraid that it'll cause a rift because people might choose sides or whatever. But I don't know, because even the whole world sees it, and even everything that's went on this pandemic, it just like shined a light on the United States, and you just see holes. You just see holes in this, holes in that. It's like we've been slipping for a very, very long time on education, on health, all these things that could help benefit people. These guys are tearing into bank issues and more money.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with you, Teddy T, that, you know, we've certainly been exposed. You know, we've been exposed, and we can't put it all on Donald Trump, but I think what we can put on Donald Trump is we see in real time what happens when you bring somebody. It's like, you know, me or you being handed the keys to the cockpit and told to come fly everybody. You know what I'm saying? And we never flown. And we never flown before.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? And we done convinced everybody that we know that we good pilots. And we don't know how to fly. And now we up, you know, we managed to get up in the air. And now we don't know how to land this thing. We out here flying crazy. We don't know how to work these instruments. And we just blaming everybody, man. We like Snoop Dogg rocking in Soul Plane, man. I learned on the simulator.
That's it.
I ain't never flew before. I learned on the simulator, bro.
If I see Trump right now, I'm gonna just shake his hand, brother, because you did what, you know, a person can't do, man. You had no experience in politics and was able to receive the highest job. Like him and Tony, the sheriff of Broward County, they remind me of the same person. This guy had no experience and was able to come to be the sheriff of BSO.
And now you're going to try to convince the people, that you ain't need any experience. Who needs experience? I got good instinct.
Oh no!
I got good instinct. That's what it is, bro. How many teams have won the Super Bowl? I mean, break it down into whatever level you want to break it down into. How many teams have won the Super Bowl with their backup quarterback? How many teams have won the Super Bowl when you just gone? Think about the Dolphins. Hold on. Well, let me finish. I ain't talking about a backup quarterback who's practiced with the team all season,
right.
And when the first stringer go down, he come in because that's what Tom Brady did.
Right.
I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about when the starting quarterback goes down and you go and get somebody off the street that was retired.
Oh.
Remember with the Dolphins we did that?
Yeah.
We went and got Chicago's guy. This guy had retired and he wasn't going to play. Instead of going to get Colin Kaepernick, We go and get the dude who said he don't want to play no more. We go and get him. Tell me how that worked out.
Hey.
Tell me how that worked out.
It didn't work.
Tell me how it worked out even for Jordan.
That's right.
Even for Jordan when he went to the Wizards.
Mm-hmm.
How did that work out? You know what I'm saying? Like, so take things like that and multiply it by 10 because we're talking about life and death, war and peace, starvation, and you bring in somebody who comes in and nothing in his history has demonstrated that he has cared about anybody other than himself.
That's it.
Which is the antithesis of being in government. You should not be in government if it's all about you. You can't, I can't say you can't because that's what we have. You should not. You should not do that. If you don't care about the next man or woman, it's not the job for you.
No narcissist.
Remember,
allowed.
this is the guy when they said he would go to his properties and he would tell his staff in advance that he was going to his properties, that they would tell the ugly people to get in the back. Go to the back. Go to the back. Because this man don't even want to see you. He don't want to see the people who really do the work. He don't even want to see them. He like, man, y'all go to the back. They knew to go to the back. Bring the pretty people out. Bring the pretty people out. It's like Players Club.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? When Luke them came and they rung the bell and then all the pretty strippers all of a sudden leave from the locker room and go up because the ballers are here. The ballers are here. We can't have somebody like that. So, you know, do we have Desmond Mead? Because I know we got to respect my brother's time. Okay, so just let me know what's going on with that. I'm gonna read a couple comments that we have because we hot, man. Okay, Converted Child says yes, coronavirus out there, but do you really believe that it's cases after cases every day, or they're promoting fear? Oh Lord, Converted Child, bruh. I'm just gonna put it to you this way: you hear that rain out there, or you see that rain out there? See that rain? See that rain out there, Converted Child? Now, if I was to run from this room over to that other blue door over there, do you think I would get wet?
Oh, yeah.
So, the fact that's how I look at coronavirus, the COVID-19. This shit is dodging raindrops. It's what it is. It's dodging raindrops. It is all around us because it is such a novel. That's what new means, or novel means new. You know, even though it comes from the COVID strain, the coronavirus that's been around and that comes, you know, year after year after year, it's a new strain.
That's right.
It's a new strain on it, and the new strain that it has, it's adapted.
That's right.
So you got to think about, how does it adopt? It adopts, you know, to our immune system. It adopts based on our food, our nutrition, what we eat. You know, it's just like roaches. You ain't gonna kill roaches with the same spray you know what I'm saying? You're not gonna kill roaches with the same spray. Eventually, the boys just gonna look at you and be like, give me more of that. That, you know what I'm saying? Like, they adapt. They adapt. And so with this particular virus that's going on, so how the hell, Teddy T, are we going to guinea pig our children?
We can't.
How we going to do that?
We got to govern ourselves, because I'm telling you, your president who voted for him, y'all have seen what he feels about it. I mean, when he said the other day, and I like every time they put something up about him, they said, what do you think about blacks and the police been killing black? He said they kill white people too. Yeah. White people, they get killed even more.
And he said they kill more of them, but we're only 13% of the population. And so if there was an issue with white people being killed at the hands of the police, you best believe they'd be out there, you know, protesting and storming or what have you. So I haven't seen too many people come out there talking about the police brutality with police officers. What I have seen is folks out there complaining about police brutality with law enforcement, is that they're making complaints on law enforcement when you got people that see what's going on, telling law enforcement, man, shoot them. They waving a gun at you, or they're taking a hostile stance. The same position when unarmed black and Latino men in particular are confronted by law enforcement and they have nothing. They getting a beat down. Like Meek Mill was talking about, when he caught the case at 19, that he was still essentially fighting till he was 30 years old. It's basically, he was like, yeah, in my hood, everybody got to wear fire. If you don't wear fire, you out there naked. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got to get home to my family. Just like law enforcement want to get home to their family, people on the street want to get home to their family. And Meek was like, man, I'm about to go out there and draw a gun on police? I'm not stupid. I didn't do that. They kicked my ass. Look at his booking photo. And speaking of that, man, I can't think of a better segue than my brother Desmond Mead right now, Florida Rights Restoration Coalition on the line. What's good, my brother?
Des, can you hear us? Des, can you hear us?
Waiting on you, Des.
You hear us?
Did you mute him? He talking. He talking, but we can't hear you, bro.
Okay, hold on. One sec.
Hold on.
Add another audio input in.
Real sit down.
I'm gonna come on the station when y'all go on.
Okay. Des.
Can you hear us now? Can you hear us now, D? Can you hear us?
Say something, bro.
You can hear us? We can't hear you, though.
Oh, Lord.
You can hear? Okay, microphone, speaker. There we go.
Okay, we got you.
I hear y'all very well.
Okay, we got you. We can hear you now.
What's good, my brother Des?
Hey, can you hear me now, brother?
Yes, sir. We hear you good, man. We hear you good, man. So, welcome to Ask Mathis, man. We got brother Desmond Mead on the air.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
We got you.
Okay, we got you. We can hear you now.
All right.
You turn them up. What's good, my brother Des?
Ain't nothing much, brother. Just still working hard, man.
Yes,
Grinding
sir.
each
We
day.
hear you good, man. We hear you good, man. So, welcome to Ask Mathis, man. We got brother Desmond Mead on the air.
Turn that towards him. That's right. Camera towards you. Go ahead, Mr. Mead. Can you hear us?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead, my brother. We hear you, man. Just go ahead and give us a narrative. You know what that is.
First of all, man, I want to really just thank you for just even having me on, man. I regularly tune in.
Yeah, go ahead, my brother. We hear you, man. Just go ahead and give us a narrative. You know what that is.
Yeah, no, I regularly tune into your show, man. So I appreciate you having me on
They
today.
say real low.
Especially with the work that we're doing, and you raised up a lot of good topics, man. And with COVID-19 on us, man, like raindrops, as you say.
They say real low.
I think that that it's very important that we still don't lose sight of the work that we got to do. So in spite of COVID, in spite of what we're seeing, like with the killing of Ahmaud Arbery and what we're seeing with Breonna Taylor and George Floyd and others, that we don't lose sight of the fact that 2020 is the most critical election our country's ever seen, and actually 2020 is the most critical election for Black people like me. Especially when we're seeing what's been happening to a lot of our folks over the years, but just recently has really been coming to light. And so I'm definitely excited about the work that we're doing because we're doing work with people who normally do not get engaged in political conversations, who normally do not or cannot even vote or have the thank God for Amendment 4 that we're able to, get 1.4 million people at least a pathway to be able to vote and have their voices heard again. And we're working steadily on that, bro. Making sure that we engage in Pookie and Ray Ray, right?
Right,
And
right.
letting Pookie and Ray Ray understand that we, and when I say we, I mean we actually got the power right now to actually change the course of this country. We have the power to change criminal justice reform, especially with a lot of elections up in this August primaries for state attorney, sheriff, judges, and other community members or community leaders that's up on the ballot. And so we definitely want to keep on spreading the word that folks need to go ahead and get engaged. And there's so many ways that we can do that.
Brother Mead. So I've been following the litigation. I know Governor DeSantis appealed Judge Hinckley's decision. Can you give us an update in terms of where we are right now with the litigation and who will be able to register now if they still have restitution and court fines and things of that nature?
Well, first, let me just say this, man, because this is like heavy on my mind, right? We got this governor that insists on fighting us. I mean, look like you ready to take us all the way to the Supreme Court, right? And let me tell you, when you add that to the fact that governors, right, if you give the past governors, they hold clemency hearings 4 times a year to where they restore people's civil rights, right? Charlie Crist restored about 155,000. Jeb Bush about 75,000. Rick Scott, he got a little weak with it and restored about 5,000 people, right? This governor here have not yet even held one clemency hearing this year. So nobody has even gotten the opportunity to go through the clemency process to have their civil rights restored. Now let me tell you something. He claim is that, oh, he's not going to do clemency hearings because of COVID-19, but then yet he'll flip the script and invite the Republican National Convention to Jacksonville, Florida, for a convention. So that right there tells me that his opposition to people with felony convictions being able to vote is purely political, right? And to be totally honest with you, that's a doggone shame that he's supposed to be the governor for all people, but yet now he's letting politics play a role in how he's handling COVID, which explains why he's messing up on the handling of COVID so much from day one. Because instead of him being about the people, he's about partisan politics. And anytime you engage in that, people are gonna die. So we got some more people left to die in Florida, as long as we're under the watch of this governor. But listen, in spite of what the state is doing, in spite of the fact that right now people have to pay fines and fees to get their to be able to register to vote, guess what? That only impacts about 800K. 1.4 million people, right, got the right to vote back from Amendment 4. So if you do the math, if you're talking about 800,000 on fines and fees, then that balance is about 600,000, my brother. And so that means that there's still 600,000 returning citizens in our communities right now that don't have to worry about fines and fees that we can get registered to vote.
And
And
how are
that
we
number
doing that?
covers the gap in presidential elections 6 times over. Because we know in Bush v. Gore that the presidency was won by 527 votes. And every subsequent presidential election afterwards, it was basically been decided by 100,000 votes. And so if we got 600,000 returning citizens that can register right now today without even having to worry about fines and fees, brother, we cover the gap. And so we ain't gonna let them hating on us, right? We ain't gonna let them the roadblocks that the government is trying to put up even set us back. This is not a setback to us. This is an opportunity for us to step up. All of the Pookies and the Rayways and the Raekwons and the Shaniquas and Tiffany's and all that, all people like me who've made mistakes in the past, we can step up this year right now and actually take over all of this.
That's great, my brother. So, how can we help the movement? What can we do?
Well, let me tell you. So, with all of the litigation that's going on, one of the most frustrating parts is that it makes engagement with people very difficult, right? Because people don't know, well, man, if it's okay if I do this, I do that, am I eligible to register to vote? And the state don't necessarily have the answers. And there's a lot of folks that are looking for answers. Well, I'm here to tell you that we got the answers. So all a person got to do, man, is text fines, the word FINES, fines, to the number
Can we put that on the
82623,
screen?
right? Or they can call out 1877 hotline number, which is 1877 my vote zero. And if anybody reach out to us, we're able to walk with them every step of the way. And we're going to either, check this out now, we're going to either get them through the courts to get their fines and fees waived, or we have a fines and fees fund that we've raised over $600,000, right? That we're helping people pay off their fines and fees. So those are two different ways that we can do it. And when people call, we're able to determine whether or not they owe fines and fees at all. So
Oh,
about a
wow.
third of the people that do contact us, when we look at their stuff, we're like, man, you don't even owe nothing, man. Go ahead and register to vote. As a matter of fact, let us register you to vote right now.
That's great, my brother. In one moment, we're gonna have DJ Newkirk. He's gonna put those numbers and that information up on the screen, or he's gonna put it in the comments, or
Yeah, we'll get it in the comments
he's gonna put it up on the comments, so we make sure we have that, my brother. And I really really appreciate you, brother Mead, man. Still talking to the little people, man.
Oh yeah.
After everybody, after you're on everybody's short list all over the country, man, your name come up in every conversation when it's talking about this movement, because Florida is always looked at as this battleground state, and coming with 1.6 returning citizens, that's a game changer, my brother, and you are at the forefront of that, and I
All
appreciate
day,
you.
every day, man. Hey, but check this out, Reggie. And so I don't know if you've seen it yet, but we recently announced a new partnership with the Orlando Magic, right? So you got about like 20 NBA teams that's coming to Orlando to play in the bubble, right? And then you got people like LeBron that's trying to do something around voter registration. And then, of course, the NBA in general want to really get more involved in social justice issues, right? And so we partnered with the entire Orlando Magic team to actually launch a new campaign. And the campaign is called Get Off the Bench and Get in the Game, right? And basically, we're trying to get as many NBA teams and NBA stars as possible to spread the word that, man, listen, we don't have to sit on the sideline no more and watch our brothers and our sisters and our cousins get murdered, or having police officers putting knees on our people's necks, right, for 8 minutes and 46 seconds. We don't have to sit on the sideline to wait for a state prosecutor to take up to 74 days before they decide to charge a person that murdered one of our loved ones in the street, right? We don't have to wait, what I'm saying, for this governor to give us permission to be able to register to vote. We can go ahead and we can take charge of our destiny right now. We don't need anybody to come in and rescue us, right, or change our plight. We can actually change it ourselves. And we definitely don't have to beg for justice. We can make it happen on our own if we get off the bench and get in the game.
Amen. That's what it is. That's Desmond Mead, Florida Rights Restoration Coalition, behind Amendment 4. Thank you for coming on to Ask Mathis. And if you can give us that information one last time. Um,
Yeah. Yeah, so anybody that have any questions about their eligibility to register to vote, or if they have any concerns about paying off or they need help paying off their fines and fees, two ways. They can text the word fines to the number 82623, or they can call our 1877 number, which is 1877 my vote zero. And if they call or text, somebody would get a hold of them within 24 hours. We'll get them in the system, and we promise we'll walk with you every step of the way to the point that you filling out your voter registration card and going to the polls and casting your ballot.
That's what it is, man. That's Desmond Mead, Florida Rights Restoration Coalition. And appreciate you coming on Ask Mathis, bro. When this is all over, man, we got to get you in studio, man, when we get ready for this November push.
Much love, my brother. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it.
That's what it is, man. Desmond Mead, y'all. Give it up for him. All right, bro. Appreciate the work you're doing, my brother.
Peace, peace.
Amen, amen. And coming up, for you guys right now, man, is we have those ambassadors.